I can't still. I can't
There,
share.
there you go,
There.
Donna. Yes.
Okay, okay. Thank you. So share. So oh, that's from the beginning. Okay. So, oh, I'm sorry. What happened? Wait. I'm, wait a little bit. Oh, something back. Okay, slide from the beginning. Okay.
Yep. Okay.
Again, good day, good evening to everyone. So I am going to give my review about using HemoHem. So yeah, I have menstrual problem every month. So I have noticed that the last time that I have my menstruation, I didn't feel any pain before and on my menstruation. So so I have searched the content of HemoHem because I that time I was using HemoHem. So I've always asked to myself, how does HemoHem helps my body? So I'm so curious about that one, and I have searched the content of HemoHem. So this is it. Okay, so first, what is HemoHem? So HemoHem stands for hemo is for hemoglobin, H is for hematogenesis, I is for the immune system, M is for modulation. So I just focus on hemo, which is for hemoglobin, because hemoglobin is the iron containing oxygen transport metal protein in the red blood cells of almost of vertebrates. So our body has vertebrates. What is the vertebrates? So that is for the skeletal structure with a spinal column or our backbone or spine. So hemoglobin in blood carries oxygen from the lungs to the rest of the body. So what does metalloprotein is a generic term for protein that contains a metal iron cofactor. So I cannot explain further that one, but I am only focusing about our blood. Now, how does hemoglobin, how we maintain our hemoglobin, and then how does HemoHim helps our blood circulation? So how does HemoHim helps maintain our hemoglobin? So one of the ingredients of HemoHem is Angelica sinensis, or we call that one dong quai. So I have searched that dong quai is good for first blood tonic. Dong quai helps generate more blood cells in the body. The rich of source of folic acid, biotin, and vitamin B12 makes it a key ingredient. And the majority of Chinese blood boosting formulas. So meaning this dong quai is very popular in in China because this is one of the herbs that helps a lot to their bodies. So another one is I found out that it improves blood circulation also. How? So the significant levels of iron found in dong quai mean that it can be significantly boost circulation throughout the body. By increasing the circulation throughout the body, you can boost energy levels and promote healing extremities and the body, and become oxygenated and energized with nutrients. So if our blood circulation is normal, so we can work. So we can work because we have we have energy. So we can maintain what are the energies that we can sustain to every works or every job that we want to work out. So this is the most important thing in HemoHIM because it improves blood circulation. So another one is it maintains hormonal balance. So it is very helpful to me, and this is what I have discovered why I didn't feel any pain during my menstruation period. So because Dong Quai has mainly been turned to by women as it has a unique ability to regulate estrogen levels within the body. So it reduces menstruation problems because Dong Quai has beneficial effects on the symptoms of premenstrual syndrome and, and menopause. The cramping, mood swing, and general discomfort of menstruation are alleviated by the antispasmodic properties of Dong Quai. So Dong Quai has these properties called antispasmodic. So it helps a lot for to elevate the cramping and mood swing, especially by the women, because every time each of us women have usually we feel something bad during our menstruation period. So hemohim helps a lot to alleviate all the discomfort during our menstruation. So this is the other one is fights depression. So usually if you have dysmenorrhea, because in my history of my menstruation I got this depression because I don't know what to do. I feel like I feel cold, I feel that I have fever, and I feel like I want to I want to sit, I want to stand, and I don't understand my body, so I get depression. So Dong Quai has the ability to improve mood and lessen anxiety, depressions, and stress. For women undergoing hormonal roller coaster of menopause, for especially those women that on menopausal period, so it helps a lot. And or menstruation, it can help regulate hormones to reduce mood swings and ease our mind. So those are the five importance and helpful benefits of the Dong Quai, why it helps a lot in our body. So actually this one, I have researched this one 30 minutes before our meeting. So I'm not prepared all the details, but some benefits of HemoHem will be discussed on the next meeting. Thanks for listening.
Wow, thank you so much, Dawn. And
Donna.
that
Yeah.
is
That was really good. I mean, every time we hear about him or him, that's always from a new perspective. It's always good.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Thank you.
it's a perfect also, right, that Donna shared this very made informative information into our meeting. We have our guests in here in this meeting. I would like to welcome Pams Flores. Actually, a few days ago, I was talking to Pam about the hemohem benefits right into our body. So I have a very limited knowledge in terms of the technical aspect or the research aspect about hemohem. But all I shared to Pam is my own experience, how hemohem really helps me with my medical condition last year. So welcome here, Pam. I know she's with us, and
Thank
she's
you.
also
Good evening.
good evening. She is from the Philippines also. right? And also with us right now is Dharmesh from India. Thank you, Dharmesh, for joining us on this meeting. Okay. We will go ahead with a very important information that we have in here, right? Especially with joining us in this meeting. So product is our individual consumers benefit. We heard a very good information of our two, like great product in Atomy, which is the probiotic, and of course the HemoHIM that also helped Donna, right? So what we are going to hear more in here is the business aspect, right? Behind the product benefits that each one of us also like take privilege or advantage with Atomy product is the business opportunity right there that lies ahead for us. So let's hear it from Vinod. Vinod will going to go through with us the data compensation, how money works, how we earn like being a consumer and also a business partners in Atomy.
Okay, thanks, John. Excuse me. And good morning, good evening, everyone. So we have gone through the compensation, the compensation model in different forms and ways. So we have some relatively new members now, so that's perfect. We'll go through this once again and as much as we need, right? So initially, I was planning this to be a continuation of the last week's talk on the compensation model. We went through the first half of it, which is the daily commission last week. And I was planning to go through the second part, which is the mastership bonus. But now we have some, again, relatively new members here. So I'm going to go through the entire thing once again, okay? So some of this you may probably already know, so bear with me. Cool. I'll try to go through this as fast as possible. John, can you make me, actually I can present. I'm good. No, actually, no. Can you make me the host? You are the host now. Okay, cool. Thank you. And stop me at any time if you have questions. Okay, it's easier to clarify during the discussion than after the discussion. Cool. So Atomy compensation has three components: daily commission, mastership bonus, and center commission. In this discussion, we'll talk about daily commission and mastership bonus. We'll skip the center commission for the time being. It's a bit advanced and advanced for this team at this point of time. Okay. First of all, you know that every product in Atomy has a point value associated with it. For example, the shampoo has 5,720 points, body cleanser has 3,200 points, and so on. You will see this when you browse through our product catalog. You will also know how much PV is associated with your purchase when you actually purchase a product, right? So keeping that in mind, let's talk about the daily commissions. How do we achieve commissions? So let's start with an example. Let's assume that you are making your daily purchases. You are purchasing from Atomy the things that you need on a day-to-day basis, and during that process, you are acquiring some point values for yourselves, right? Let's say at some point of time, you reached 300K, 300,000 point value personally. At the same time, you are also developing your left and right sides, right? There are members being added to your left and right sides. They start purchasing the products, and at some point of time, both sides reach 300K, 300K on the left and 300K on the right, combined by all the members under you. It doesn't matter how deep it goes or how wide it goes under you, but um, just need to make 300K combined. The moment it happens on that day, you are eligible for an approximately 70 Canadian dollar commission, right? So you are eligible on that day, and it will be credited to your bank account the following Tuesday. And the moment it happens, your left and right side total are reset to zero. They're flushed out. Now we start again from there. Note that you do not have to make any more personal purchase or any more personal points at this time. But again, consolidated your left side and right side, again start purchasing, and then they again reach 300K. At that moment, you are eligible for your next $70 commission. So initially, and of course, immediately after that, your left and right sides reset to zero again, but nothing happens to your personal. That continues, that 300K that you acquired continues to be there. It never goes away. Only your left and right side resets. Now, initially, this happens every now and then, probably once in a month or once in 6 weeks and so on. And then as new members kept getting added onto your both sides, and they start new purchases, they start sharing it to their friends and relatives, add new members and so on. You can imagine your two sides will increase in depth and breadth, and the number of purchases will increase. The duration to reach this 300K on each side gets shorter and shorter. And eventually, this starts happening every day. That means every day you could get this $70 commission. And it's not just a far-fetched idea. There are lots and lots of individuals who's getting this, right? So going a little bit further, now assume that you continue to purchase your day-to-day need products, and at some point of time you reaches 700K personally, and the next time your left and right also reaches 700K consolidated. That day you're eligible for $140 commission. It's approximate. It could be anywhere from 135 to 145 and so on. So there you see it, after you reach this stage where you have enough members that would make 300K every day, the team is continuing to develop, and at some point of time, instead of 300K, this daily starts to build up to 700K on each sides. And then again, you start receiving this $140 commission every day, eventually, right? And it doesn't stop there. There are additional levels at 280K, 500 plus, 1,000 plus, and the ceiling is $1,500 per day. And I had to repeat it again, that's per day. Every day you could receive 1,500 Canadian dollars in daily commissions, except Sundays. So Sundays are holidays. So whatever points you or your team accrue on Sundays will be added to your next day's total. So that means 26 times 1,500, about 40 or 45,000 Canadian dollars. that you could achieve as daily commissions. So this is at a high level. Before I move forward, any questions for anyone at this time?
If anybody has some questions, just to make sure we are following the explanation of Vinod, please feel free to ask.
Okay, I'll move forward, but feel free to ask me questions or send a message to any one of us asking questions. So this was just an example to really drive the idea of how we are making the daily commissions. But here's a full picture, really. Right? So I omitted the first part, which is instead of 300K, if you had just reached 10,000 PV, so that would be like 2 sets of toothbrushes. That would take you to 10,000 PV. If you just reach that and your left and right sides reach 300K, you are eligible for approximately, I think it's actually Canadian dollar $25. May not even be 30, but somewhere around that. You're eligible for that. And then the next step is the 300s that we started explaining here. So really something that's very important is you must always, at least, after once you become a member, always try to get to the first 10,000 PV as soon as possible, because till that happens, how much ever your left and right sides purchase, it will not be considered for you. It will start getting added to your left and right sides only after you reach at least 10,000 PV. So keep that in mind. And if you can, and if possible, I would even go to the status level of acquiring 300K PV, because the commissions for the same amount of left and right sides points, the commission has a huge difference what you would receive, right? So here's the full picture. And again, this is how you achieve the maximum 1,500 Canadian dollars. An interesting thing to note here is the maximum ever you personally need to achieve is 2.4 million PV. After that, the difference is only your team members' PVs. That makes a difference in commissions. So in the interest of time, I'm moving forward to the next set, which is the mastership bonus. And of course, always check back with us if you have any questions on this. So we have 7 masterships, starting with Sales Master, Diamond Master, and ending with Imperial Master. And so masterships is in addition to the daily commissions that we just mentioned. It really, yeah. So before going in detail, one thing to understand is in Atomy calendar, there is, let's call it 2 halves for each month. So the first half is the first of the month till the 15th, and the second half is from the 16th till the 31st. And the masterships are achieved during one of these time periods. Every month, you can achieve it every month, and this is how. Let's examine a couple of them. First one is Sales Master. How do you get a Sales Master title? You need to achieve personally 700K PV. And during one of those halves, let's say during the first half, your left side and right side each achieves 2.5 million PV, either during the first half or during the second half. So the 700K personal need not all happen within that time frame, but this 2.5 million each must happen during that time frame from 0 to 2.5. Then you achieve Sales Mastership. For Sales Mastership, there is a bonus of $500 Canadian, approximately again, $500 given to you. This is in addition to the daily bonus, daily commissions. So really, if you achieve sales mastership during that half of the month, you will receive this $500 plus all the daily commissions you made while attaining this. Combined, that amounts to at least $1,000, right? Imagine, so you can achieve 2 sales masterships every month during the first half and second half. So we call it auto sales master. If you achieve continuously every month, that means every month you can get at least 2,000 Canadian dollars once you achieve this. And this is not a pipe dream. We have several sales masters in this group right now talking to you. We also have higher masterships again in this call right now. So it's definitely achievable, right? And that's a one-time incentive. When you achieve the sales mastership, the very first time, you get a HemoHIM fame set, Atomy evening care set, probably about $500 worth, but that's only one time. Examine one more mastership, Diamond Master. At this time, it's not about PV anymore. You need to have personally 1.5 million on yourselves, and on your 2 sides, under you, there must be 2 sales master on the left and 2 sales master on the right. So at this point of time, and from here onwards, it's all about developing your teams, developing your leaderships on 2 sides, essentially replicating your success with your team members. And it goes on like that all the way to the top. There's a mastership bonus here. Again, this is somewhere about $700 or $750. And again, there's a one-time incentive. It's the same thing as before, but a tablet is included. So this probably is about $1,000 worth. And the Sharon Rose Master, instead of Sales Master, you need to develop 2 Diamond Masters under you, and so on, right? And as you can see, the one-time incentives also goes up in value as you go up the chain of the masterships. And one thing to note that again here is the highest personal PV you need to reach yourselves is only 2.4 million. Every masterships up from here, it does not change. This personal PV does not change. It's just what happens on your 2 sides changes after that. So that's all. The remaining masterships follow the same pattern, with Imperial Master receiving the following in bonuses. And we already have 6 Imperial Masters and several members at varying levels of masterships. Center Commission, let's talk about it another day. And as you can see, and if you think about it and do some research on this, as you can see, like it's very well balanced, our commission structure. It's transparent, very righteous. There is nothing to hide here. And in fact, if you do further research on this or just Google it, you can see there are some percentage numbers associated with each of this, like how much percentage of the company revenue is provided as commission, as bonus, and so on. Essentially, there is nothing to hide there. The company is very transparent about it. And it reflects company's vision for the success of all its members. And the challenge, I challenge you to show me a better plan. If you have done some other network marketing before, I bet you will not find anything as feasible and as righteous as Atomy's compensation model. That's all from me. And again, feel free to ask questions at any time. Back to you,
Thank
Jonathan.
you so much, Vinod. As always, your presentation about our detailed compensation really amazed me. And Vinod is really, really good in terms of numbers. That's what notices with Vinod, but even for the very beginning of our knowing each other, Vinod already have figures and explanation about how to get into this level, how really Atomy compensation is really doable to achieve. So thank you again, Vinod. As for
Thank you.
everybody's knowledge in here, all the presenter that shared to us their knowledge, information, right? Atomy did not ask them or us to present this. This is our very own initiative based into our own experience with the product itself. And of course, what we are seeing, what opportunity we are seeing in terms of financial freedom opportunity in the future. I have a very little slide in here before I will give the floor to our very own mentoring in here that with us also for this meeting. And we are very lucky, as I always emphasize this, in any other businesses that we may already experience before or join before, teamwork is really the key essentials. And with that, even if there is a very good system, very affordable and good product, if there is no team that working together, it's hard for individual person to achieve for something, right? Especially in this form of newly formed of environment that we are on right now. But before I give that floor to our very own leader in our group, let me share a little bit about what I really like about this company is. Okay, a very quick presentation, and I would like to emphasize this for some of us that are new in here. Go check it out. All of this information is in our website, and we can easily access this in our website. A very humble man, a very I like the way he emphasized it. He wants to share the wealth of the world, especially to those less fortunate white citizens of other countries. That I really love hearing that from our very own chairman, founder, Han Gel Park. But what I would like to share in here to everybody right now is part of the business checklist. Okay, I will not going to go through all the details in here. I will just pick a few one that is I think very important for us to learn and understand the culture of Atomy. So a lot of my new contact would ask me is how legitimate Atomy business is. My simple explanation to my new contact is Atomy has 14 branches or 14 countries already in operation. Every country has their own rules and regulation to follow in order for a business to operate. So it's not the same. It is different policy for every country. In order for Atomy to conduct an operation to those countries, Atomy has to comply all the necessary requirements of a certain country. Would Atomy be able to right, sell product or operate here in Canada if Atomy did not comply for any rules and regulation in terms of the product first and in terms of the business operation? Of course, Atomy did, right? USA, those countries, Philippines, those countries that I think are very more strict in terms of business operation. And this is one of the reasons why we, as a member, are one of the requirements is our tax identification. I am very proud that Atomy really have that kind of requirements in the sense that we contribute also, right, to the income of the government by paying our due tax when we accumulate and receive our income. As Vinod mentioned earlier, right, daily income could range from $70 or 2,500 pesos in the Philippines up to $1,500 Canadian dollars, equates to 60,000 pesos in the Philippines. That is a huge money. But it's upon us, right, within us, and also the help of our team to work on it and achieve that daily income. Again, right, the second one is last year alone, 2019, Atomy, right, reached into $1 billion, right, global sales. Talking about legitimacy of the business, that is a huge answer, right, of how Atomy business works. 6 million, right, new members worldwide. That is actually 6 million is, I think that is last year's, right, numbers. Right now, I think there's already 9 to 10 million members registered worldwide. Legitimacy, of course, very much. And one of our best-selling product is HemoHIM, a patented product, right? And if you guys hear earlier about the benefits of this product, check it out, right? Go with National Institute of Health. It's a USA-based government agency that also, right, published all kind of research paper about health. Search the HemoHIM. It will give you a lot of information. So another aspect is this that I like to emphasize to every new member is the ethical standard of Atomy business, honesty and goodness. This is where really it amazed me on how the principle-centered culture was number one. That picture right there, if you guys are seeing it, right, that is the $1 million one-time bonus when we reach into a very top imperial master. And the chairman itself, the founder, mentioned it in the very beginning of Atomy, right? And there is already 6 imperial master, as Vinod mentioned, that every time there is imperial master, there is an right presentation upstage with this one, and hope join me or join us to dream of this 1 million one-time bonus, right? And on top of that, of course, the monthly income that this person already have. Another one is the culture of a company growth. As I mentioned earlier, those individuals, right, from Babylon to Donna, Vinod, right, me, or anybody else in here that share our own, right, knowledge and experience about Atomy. Atomy did not ask us to do this. This is our own initiative, right, to share it to everybody, especially for our new, right, partners or members or just recently joined or no and nobody or people that haven't joined us yet. We share this knowledge and the experience. So I think that is really a very good. We don't have surprises in Atomy. Everything is transparent and we share all the information that we know. Now, another culture of Atomy is the sharing culture. As you go along with us in here and please those who to do the research also, there's a lot of activities that we don't know. Nobody knows. Some of us in here ask me, how come I haven't heard about Atomy in the Philippines? But it is already in here for the last 4 years, since 2016. Atomy that do not publish anything. Atomy do not build any billboard in there to show what is Atomy is. But behind the scene, that is where Atomy is, inside our heart. So that's only for now for me to share these two good part of what is really Atomy is. Okay, I will stop it from there, but there's a lot more to learn about our company. But for now, I would like to ask her own also guidance for us and her own thoughts. She is a very, very good to us in terms of guiding us and mentoring us. So anybody in here that already experienced that knows and how great our leader in here, right? That every now and then that we need support, help, knowledge, and everything like that, she's always ready. Please help me, join me to welcome also and hear from her, Eri Jong.
Every time Jonathan introduced me, I'm trying to shy away. You put me in this position. I'm just on the same level. I just started Atomy just a bit earlier than you guys. I think I don't really have much to add on this meeting because you all presented perfectly. You all touched all the important points. But what I want to point it out, I'm just thankful that Vinod is going over the compensation in detail to make sure that every individual will understand compensation clearly. Because that's the one thing that I found out through my journey too. Because there are people who will just fall in love with a product, but there are people who fall in love with a product, but like Vinod himself, who clearly understand the compensation. Who clearly understand compensation, and they can just picture themselves earning $15,000. Once they touch to their brain that it's achievable, $1,500 achievable, then doesn't matter what comes in front of them, doesn't matter what obstacle comes in front of them, they will never stop. But people just fall in love with the product, but not so sure with the compensation. So in their mind, what they're thinking, I'm just here to make $70. And at the end, after getting all the rejections, facing all the challenges, at the end, their decision, I'm not here. It's not worth it going all through all the troubles just to make $70. That's their conclusion. So it's really good that Vinod continues from last week that he's going over the details of a compensation plan, and he empathizes. We are here to make $1,500, and it is achievable, as you can see from the graph that you saw. And so continue on this one. So it's all about the mindset. So I was telling one of the gentlemen the story to one of my member last, and we're laughing. What's the biggest obstacle that we have through Atomy? I know there are many, but number one, we will say rejection. Everybody hates to get rejection. And by getting many rejections, your self-esteem or your self-ego kind of goes down, and you end up thinking, maybe I should not do Atomy. Here's a funny story. And I also learned from him how strong mindset, like positive mindset, really can make a huge difference. So he came to the center probably last year, and I cannot say he's very active because of his age, but he's continuously sharing Atomy. He's really good. He's good. And when we're talking about the rejection, he has a very wondering eyes, like why are people concerned or talking about rejection? And later he said, I never got rejections. I don't know why you guys are afraid of rejection. I never got rejection. And I was very shocked that he said you never got rejection. And we want to know, what's your skill? What's your personal skill? Probably he's a senior. That's why he knows how to talk to people. But he never been on sales market. But he said, you know what, Ari, everybody over here, why would you afraid of rejection? I never got rejection. So I asked him, so can you guide us step by step? How do you talk to people? And then do you always get the membership? And he says, no, they say no. So to us, that's a rejection. But the good point is, he doesn't take that as a rejection. Surprising, isn't it? He doesn't accept it as a rejection. He just like something we read it on the book. Rejection is another opportunity. He really accepted it as it is. You know what he said? No, that's fine, which means I get to see him again. It's another opportunity for me to see him again and get yes next time. I learned, it was a really, the way we see the world, the way we see the situation, it totally blew my mind. We totally changed our perspective, how we can encounter, the negativities. He doesn't register any negativity in his brain. somehow he has a talent to filter that into new challenge. So I think that is something we kind of need to implant on ourselves too. Because by having that positivity attitude towards life or Atomy, that's going to lead us all the way through $1,500 a day, isn't it? Right? And since we talked about the compensation, this is one thing. You know what? One thing that Imperial Master Kim. So if you're not really sure who's Imperial Master Kim Gwang-yeol, we can share to our group messenger later on too. He was here last year, and then one of his speech, it really got me with that speech. He said, if your goal in Atomy is just to make 3,000, 5,000, you know what he said? Don't do Atomy. It's better for you to do something else. So I'm going to repeat once more. If you're here joining Atomy, your goal, you know what? I just want to make 3,000 to 5,000. He said, don't do Atomy. You'll be better off. It will be better for you to do something else. There are much other easier job that can make you make 3,000 to 5,000. Because that's the hardest part in Atomy, to build up to that 3,000, 5,000. That's where it requires your most of effort, your time, your sweat. That's the hardest part, hardest step. But he said, if your goal is to make 30,000, 50,000, Atomy is the easiest business you can find in the world. If you want to make 30,000 to 50,000, you will never find any other business opportunity easier than Atomy. So if your goal is to make 50,000, stick with Atomy. Atomy will get you there. So making 3,000 to 5,000, trust me, that is the most challenging part. But once you get to the level, I'm sure, I think Vino can explain that part too. There's a magic number, exponential growth. Atomy's income will grow exponentially. It's not going to grow as 5,000, 6,000. No, I've seen from the chart from the leaders, 5,000, somehow it jumped to 10,000. How? Because from the 5,000, there are people who also want to make 5,000. Team is growing. So you will really experience that exponential growth of income in Atomy. So I'm sure everybody in this room, your goal is to make 30,000 to 50,000, right? And we will get there together. And that's the most like enjoyable part. You're not going there alone. We will get there together. So we will cheer one another until we get to the top together, right? Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Ari. Thanks, Ari. Just to follow up what Ari just mentioned, and about the exponential growth. It's just a simple math. Like if every member under us just adds 2 members to themselves, on every day, like each day, the new member adds 2 members to themselves, and the following day, the new member adds 2 members, and so on. Essentially, it's an exponential growth, exponential number. In 1 month, 30 days, you won't believe it's 1.3 billion people under us. Obviously, it's not going to happen. We all know it's not going to happen. However, I just wanted to drive that idea that how the exponential growth works, right? Even if a fraction of that number of people are added, imagine the amount of growth you and your team can have in 2 years from now. Cool. Yeah, the power of 2. Thank you. Back to you, Jonathan.
Ari, I have a question for you.
Yes.
Because you get a lot of the information from Atomy Canada about sales and different products and this and that you share with us. And I'm curious if you know the number, the average PV per sale in Canada.
I don't know that information, but information that Atomy Canada has shared compared to rest of the countries, that's how the information they have shared. Compared to rest of the Atomy foreign branches, Atomy has the highest, how how can I say, highest buying power. So many people are buying more than 150. Single purchase will be 150.
That's an average number? Yeah.
That's average number. But
Yeah,
they don't come up with the
quite
average
high.
number of people. Like, no, they haven't shared that information.
Right. I would be curious if you can find that out sometime.
I'll ask.
Okay.
I mean,
Thanks for the
I guess
information.
if we,
For asking
That is
Sarah
to get
share
free
that
shipping.
information. Free shipping, and that's
Hmm.
another thing that have shared during the VIP meeting. So now our free just in Canada, so our shipping has been reduced to $150. What they have noticed it, they've thought since they're reducing to 150, many people will try to make their order 150. What they have noticed it, even their orders not reaching 150, somehow ordering online, number of ordering online has been increased compared to before. And not many people are using group orders anymore. Everybody using Atomy actual website, individual orders. So what that means, there are many auto consumers who are really falling in love with Atomy, and they're really using Atomy as their main channel of buying their daily necessary product.
So for other like our Philippine partners also knowledge, we're talking about the group purchasing here. So every country, some of our countries have their own like way of like helping our members. So in Canada and I believe in America, we do have this group purchase that we can combine, like the purchase, like delivery into one location. Let's say if we are neighbors in here that we are close by to each other, we can use that group purchase. And every points will go directly to every ID, whoever purchase or buy that product. But in the Philippines, right, the program of Atomy in the Philippines is a free shipping if your product is care of to the center. So center is actually the one who's giving the full support to every affiliated members.
so in Philippines, we can purchase and send any amount of items to the center,
Yes.
free of charge.
Even just one BB cream. Even just one BB cream.
Oh,
if
wow.
if you just put it into center as an address, the center will call you just to pick up the product.
That's interesting. How many centers do we have in Philippines?
I think like 150.
We got a
That's a
lot.
lot.
We got a lot of center platforms.
I mean, there are more, but now it was a pre-authorized center, but now all authorized center, probably 150 centers.
Okay.
It's a very good.
To Olegario, sorry, Jonathan. I think I saw Olegario taking HemoHIM last Thursday meeting. So which means you got your products already?
Yes, he said he got it.
So how do you
I got
like
it
the
already.
taste of HemoHIM? I know you're dying to try HemoHIM.
It's a little bit bitter, but I get used to it easily.
Okay, so good to know that you enjoy taking it.
Oh yeah,
Have you felt any difference? Have you felt any difference after taking HemoHIM? A little bit more energy?
Yeah, because the energy, I felt it. The energy. And the reason why I bought it because I had an upper back pain after cooking. So when you're sweating and you feel the pain here. A little bit has been gone. I can feel it.
Good to know.
I don't use anymore the ointment after cooking.
Thank you.
There's one advice that something that Khan and I noticed, that do not take HemoHIM immediately after food. It tastes bad. Immediately after your lunch or dinner, it tastes different. But if you take it in probably empty stomach, I think it's better for your body, and I think it also tastes better.
Yeah, that is my habit, every morning, right? At 6 o'clock in the morning, or when I wake up, I empty stomach, take 2 sachets of HemoHIM and 3 glasses of water.
Mm.
So I get that energy already that can run for the whole
So
day.
I have to add. So I have to add water because when I take it, I just only sip the liquid inside, and it's over.
No, they mean you
And
can
one
drink
more
water
thing,
after.
and one. Oh, what is it?
You can drink water after you take it.
Ah, okay.
Yes. Or whatever you want. You want juice after you drink it.
And there's one thing I wanna add after using it, because when I eat bread, I become dizzy.
Mhm.
I don't know what is in a bread or in pasta. So I
It's the
don't
sugar.
really eat bread or pasta because I have diabetic problem.
Oh, so
Yeah,
the
sugar
Then
spike.
last time
Yeah.
we had a meeting with partner John, and I took bread around 8 or 8:30, but we have a meeting at 9 or 10. And I felt dizzy already and I was about to sleep. Then, oh, I still have a meeting. I don't need to sleep. So I took one sachet. And it took me 4 hours more or 5 being awake. That's it.
So HemoHIM also regulate blood sugar level. It will help diabetes symptoms directly.
Yeah. Because
Yeah.
my diabetes problem is hypo. So I need to, but I think there's still some sugar in it. So when when my sugar fluctuates going down, I chill or I need to eat. But this time before the meeting, I was about to eat, but I didn't. I just took one. And it kept me until now.
HemoHIM works, really works.
Yeah.
Works in a mysterious way.
So one announcement for people who live in Thailand, the promotion ends the 15th, tomorrow. The latest promotion that you get a lot of free products, at least like 30% more than what you paid. Very great promotion. If you want to buy something, just take a look.
Thank you so much, Ken, for that. A reminder also for our Thailand white partners. Is there anything in there, any questions that you guys wanted to ask, especially product, the business aspect, compensation, or anything in there? You are free and welcome to us. I know some of us in here are very new, but we are always lucky. Every Sunday, we will have this meeting as a global white met up for all of us. Eri is very thankful for Eri that every Sunday also she's joining us to guide us in this meeting again, right? In this business in here, as Eri mentioned, right? We will work together and we will succeed, right? Together. So if anybody has a question in there and anything like that, please unmute yourself. I think I mute everybody. Unmute yourself and feel free to ask.
Hey,
Yeah, I think
Janat.
there's question there.
Yeah, exactly. I was about
Yeah,
to
from
say.
Janine. Yeah.
So
It's in
Janine
the
said,
it's in the
Yeah.
chat.
Yeah,
okay,
it's in the chat. Just open it and just
So
yeah,
she's
so
just asking
everyone,
whether the people who's taking medication, are they still allowed to take HemoHIM? So I told her yes.
okay.
Okay.
That was a question.
all right. So again, HemoHIM is only food supplement. Nothing to worry. Just drink a lot of water. Ollie, don't forget, drink a lot of water, okay?
And one more quick comment, and this is a question to Khan. Atomy Thailand website shows a new product, launching a new product. I didn't understand what it is. Can you check real quick? It's on the homepage. Probably will help everyone.
What is that again, Vinod? We're not,
So
I am not seeing.
So the Atomy Thailand website says new product launching. You know, one of the pop-ups on the homepage says,
yes.
one of them says new product launching. I didn't really figure out what that product is, so I'm just checking with Khan what it is.
A new product launching. I hope that is the supplement now, right? Because the for now only HemHem is available in
Oh,
Thailand.
okay. So they're launching a new skincare line. It's not new. It's Om Skincare. It's a men's skincare. It's a five of set of three. The one that you got is Om too, but that is the three in one essence.
you
But
have
this
to
one that's
say,
separated.
Okay.
This one is a
Everyone.
replacement of Atomy mint that we used to have. We used to have a toner, lotion, and an essence.
yeah.
But that product has been discontinued, so this is probably replacing. This is upgraded version of that Atomy mint.
Wow, upgraded.
All right. Anybody, any further white sharing information, please feel free to add before we, if not, I will end the meeting, right? Official meeting. Again, announcement wise, each one of us in here would I encourage each one of us to invite as many right partners or friends that you have to join us every Sunday, same time, 9 p.m. in the Philippines, 8 p.m. in Thailand, right? I believe 6:30 p.m. in India, and also with us in here is 9 a.m. in the morning and in North America. So invite as many people, especially the product, right, that we are discussing in here, different product that we discuss every week, right? And we do have a lot of groups to join if we wanted to learn more about Atomy, the product itself, and Atomy, right, business itself. Every Thursday with us in here, 7:30 p.m. is also a big group of ARI, right? That also ARIs also have that for all of us, all the information that we can also get from that meeting. Everybody is also welcome to join. So it's Toronto time, 7:30 p.m. right every Thursday. So I also invite everybody right to join us. I will post the announcement in our group chat in Atomy Thailand group chat so everybody can have also the access for that meeting. So again, for some of us in here, thank you so much, Cecilia. I would like to thank Cecilia from Singapore, right, for joining us, and also Dharmesh from India, also with us to the right today. So Dharmesh, is there anything in there that you would like to share before our meeting ends?
Yes, I can more if like I real
I guess Dharmesh's connection with us is a little challenging right now. So um, I think that's what it is sometimes with the internet connections. But thank you again, Pamsa Flores, for joining us on this meeting. Oligario, thank you so much for sharing
Thank you
us
too.
your HemHem. Okay, HemHem experience. We get also Virginia in here from Moncton, right? That's also with us. So again, thank you for the presenter. Babylin, awesome. Thank you so much for very, very informative, wide information about probiotics. I've been taking probiotics for over a year right now, but I don't have that kind of knowledge. Actually, I just feel like the result on my body. Darna Grace, thank you so much for that wonderful, also a deep explanation about one of the substance of hem. That is awesome. very informative, especially for women, right? I have a lot of friends that also I introduced HemoHIM and they are having a menstrual problem. I only explain to try it. I don't have that kind of information that Donna has earlier,
You can
but
share.
what I like is try it.
You can
And
share your
but
experience
after you,
too.
yes, after you try it, I told them after you try it, you know how to explain it, how you feel it. So there. But I just know that the product is really good and it helps for everybody. So again, thank you so much. Right, for us in here, for everybody, Dan, Jean in there, right, Janine or MJ, Mary Jane from the Philippines. Thank you again for joining us. I'll see you guys again next week, next Sunday, same time. Thank you
Ayan,
so much,
see the last
Ellie.
Thursday.
Thanks,
Oh
So
everyone.
ayun,
yeah.
see the last Thursday.
Bye.
Good to see you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye
Take care.
everyone.
Thank you.
Diana, thank you so much. Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye, Mary Jane. Bye,
Bye
everyone.
everyone.